Yo, so break week content time, so you know exactly what that means. It's time for dog shit videos that nobody cares about, nobody asked for. It's just a tradition, it's what I do best. And I might be flying a little bit too close to the sun with this one. If there's any video on my channel that'll ever end up getting more dislikes than likes, it's probably going to be this one. I've flirted with more dislikes a few times. I've gotten like 70% likes, 75%. I don't know about this one. But today, I want to pretty much power scale the Straw Hats and some other characters in comparison to Luffy. So my skill goes like this. So keep in mind, Luffy is 100, okay? And let's say, for example, like Usopp is 10. He's probably not going to be a 10. So that means it'll take 10 Usopps to beat Luffy, which is probably not fucking true, but whatever. It's just an example, okay? Also, I need to state this before I start. I fucking hate power scaling, and I strongly dislike people who see literally every single detail in One Piece, every event that happens, as some type of stupid power scaling argument. I'm not here to do that. I'm just fucking around, all right? It's break week, okay? Let's just do some stupid bullshit. That's what these weeks are for. Anyway, as I said, Luffy is 100, so let's just go for Zoro. Let's get him out of the way, because I know that's what everybody wants to hear about. I'm sure people have had this fucking discussion constantly about, oh my god, Zoro's comparable to Luffy now. Oh my god, he's catching up. But no, Zoro isn't fucking close. He is nothing compared to Luffy if you really think about it. Yes, Zoro at his absolute peak that he can maintain for like 30 seconds maybe. Luffy's not that much better. He can only be in Gear 5 for like fucking 10 minutes at most. Zoro could do serious damage to guys like Kaido when he's in Ashura. But right now, he's not really fucking with a Yonko like Luffy. I honestly think like 2 Zoros isn't beating Luffy right now. At least it'd be really, really, really close. I'll say Zoro's like a 45, maybe 50 to Luffy's 100. So just keep all these numbers in mind, okay? But next up, okay, we got Sanji. So Sanji obviously isn't quite Zoro level, but he's pretty goddamn close. He's closer to Zoro, way closer to Zoro than Zoro is to Luffy. Sanji, all right, he's got the durability, he's got the speed, he's got pretty much all of the physical aspects of being a filthy-ass fighter down. He's got all of it. He does lack a little bit in the damage department, at least like in comparison to Luffy and Zoro, who both have ACOG and shit. Sanji, I'll say, is about like a 38 or 40 if Zoro's like a 45 or 50 in that range. He's definitely pretty comparable to Zoro in like pretty much all aspects, but he's not beating him. It'll most definitely be an entertaining ass fight, and if they ever do decide to turn on Luffy, they'll probably lose, but it'll be extremely close. Now we got all the controversial characters out of the way. Okay, finally. All right, now we got Jinbei. So Jinbei is an extremely underrated character in general, but he's a very underrated fighter. That fishman karate goes fucking crazy. I do think him and Sanji at this moment are probably closer than Sanji is to Zoro right now, maybe, but I think that gap is going to widen a bit since Jinbei is pretty old and I don't think he's going to get that much stronger. Like, he's as strong as he really needs to be, and Sanji is only going to get stronger from here on out. I'd say right now Jinbei is like a 33 in that range, like mid-30s. Don't sleep on him, though. Okay, now Franky. So Franky is a little bit difficult to scale since he just fights lame-ass people. Let's just keep it a buck here. At least since, like, Senior Pink. Like, it's been a long-ass time. Everybody he fights just fucking sucks. I'd say he's, like, 31 to 30. General Franky's pretty broken. It's pretty underrated. Now, I think Robin probably goes next. So Demonio Fleur is her new bread and butter. I think at her peak, she's like a 25 or so, maybe reaching low 30s. Her lack of hockey just fucking sucks. That's what really holds her back. Now let's do our beloved Nami. Although she is inferior to Robin in each and every single way, and strength is no exception here, she does really good with what she has, though. She's not a fighter, but she does have, like, decent utility. She's kind of carried by Zeus a little bit, but whatever. It's part of her tool belt. It's what she is. I think she's about, like, 23, maybe, like, mid-low 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not really as bad as you motherfuckers think she is. Her fucking, like, AoE damage with Zeus is kind of nuts. Brook. All right, I love Brook. Everything he does is so fucking cool in the anime, but I'm gonna be real. He's kind of a fucking bum. I don't think he's had a fight since, like, Whole Cake, if I remember correctly, if that. So he just doesn't really do anything. But his fruit, I feel like, at its core, is pretty busted if he wants to be. I think he's about in the same range as Nami, probably. like 23, around there. But he very well could move up because we don't ever see him fucking do anything. He could be in the lab this entire time, just cooking up some crazy techniques that we've never seen before. But now, like Brook, Chopper doesn't really fucking do anything anymore. I think like peak Chopper can be like a 25 or 26, but I think he settles around the 19, 20 range most of the time because he doesn't do anything other than just stall. Like he does nothing. All right. Here we go. Now my favorite Straw Hat, Usopp. Okay, so he's unfortunately the weakest, but I think he can make the biggest jump out of anyone in the story probably. So I got him in like the 15, 16, 17, like very low 20s range probably. He's just kind of a worse version of Nami right now, which is just completely demoralizing to say as an Usopp fucking stan. Look, but I'm telling you, post Elbaf, he can reach like low mid 30s. I could totally see him being around like Jinbei level at some point. Just purely narrative-wise, everything goes in Usopp's favor here. He has to be this strong. He can't be this ass forever. Okay, so that's all the current Straw Hats. Oh yeah, I guess we'll do Yamato here. So I did say in the past that Yamato in Wano could beat Zoro in Wano, and I still mostly stand behind that. As long as Zoro doesn't like one-shot her with Ashura or some shit, I think she can handle him. But right now, I think Zoro probably can take her. Zoro has a better handle of ACOG than he used to, and Wano, he literally fucking learned it on the fly. But Yamato does have that mythical zone, and it's not a dog shit one either. I think she's about like 43, 40 right now. I think she's right in between Sanji and Zoro. I think she could definitely beat Sanji. That's all of the Straw Hats. So let's do the rest of the Yonko now. Why not? A little bonus round. So let's start with fuckboy, bitch boy Shanks, my least favorite character in One Piece. And look, I'm gonna keep it real. I think he fucking cooks Luffy right now. He's probably the strongest character in the story that we've kind of seen. I not counting Gorosei, because we don't really know how Gorosei are like strong actually, like outside of the regeneration bullshit. I'd say he's probably around like 115, 120, maybe 130, dare I say. I think Zoro and Luffy might be enough to take him right now, probably. But I think I could totally be wrong on that. Shanks could be a fucking bum for all I know, or he'd cook the shit out of the entire Straw Hat crew by himself. Who knows with this mysterious little bitch? All right, next up, let's do Mihawk / Buggy, I guess. I'm going to combine them for this little score here. So the Mihawk and Shanks debate is a tale as old as time itself, and I think I'm under the belief that Shanks is a little bit stronger than him, and that's only because I don't think Zoro will ever reach a point where he's able to beat Shanks in a fight, because that's inevitably what he's gonna be if Mihawk were to be stronger than Shanks. But it's still pretty goddamn close. I think Mihawk is about in the 90 to 110 range, maybe, anywhere in there. He could either lose to Luffy extreme diff, or win and lose like all of his fucking limbs. Like, he'd take damage either way. Both of them would. It'd be a battle to the fucking death. I think he's pretty close to Luffy. We definitely need to see more of Mihawk though, because I'm pretty much just going off of straight rumors and shit we've seen in Marineford every once in a while, like the stupid Vista feats. I think this take might make me look stupid by the time One Piece is over. Like, Mihawk could either be like super fucking broken or super ass. Alright, so Blackbeard. I adore Blackbeard with my whole heart, and I ride for him more than anybody. And if there's anything that's going for Blackbeard in this story, it's plot. And there's no stronger devil fruit or hockey that is stronger than plot. It's broken. Luffy has it and Blackbeard has it. Really, nobody else does. And I guess Zoro. Zoro does need to become the strongest swordsman, so he has plot too. But I don't think Blackbeard can beat Shanks right now at this very moment. But I feel like if he were to, he'd somehow fucking win. It's just how Blackbeard is. He's perpetually underrated because he always pulls some bullshit because of how he approaches fights. It makes him way stronger than he actually seems. I think he's beating Luffy right now, no matter what. I think if they were to stand in a fucking Minecraft flat world, it just looking straight at each other, nothing else, I think Blackbeard would probably beat Luffy right now. Obviously, end of story, that won't be the case. I think he's around like Mihawk level, or maybe a little bit above that. he's such a hard counter for like every Devil Fruit user that the only people that could beat him right now are like Mihawk and Shanks. He is just such a matchup dependent person. But yeah, I say he's like 105 to 110. He's definitely stronger than Luffy because he always will be. That's just how stories work until the end. Like, that's just how it is. But yeah, that's about it. I'm about power scaled out for the day because I fucking hate this shit. It's just so stupid. I just need to make this clear because I'm not having fun right now. I hope you all know that. This is an activity that I regret taking part in, and I hope to see you all when 114 drops next week. Yeah.